this baby that I got in the mailbox. So anyway, after I got that, I realized that I have a lot of unread books, and that kind of adds to it all. So today I am doing my TBR of shame. So these are only the books that I own that I haven't read. So of course my TBR is even larger than this, which isn't good. I have too many books to read. But let's get on with it. Anna Karenina by Leo Tolstoy, The Count of Monte Cristo by Alexandre Dumas, Bram Stoker's Dracula, which as you can see I've started reading once but I didn't get very far, so I gotta start over with that. George Orwell's 1984, The Catcher in the Rye by J.D. Salinger, Pet Sematary by Stephen King, The Stand by Stephen King, which is huge, It by Stephen King, The Little Old Lady Who Broke All the Rules by Katarina Engelman Sundberg, the Swedish book, The Casual Vacancy by J.K. Rowling, Little Star by John Ajvide Lindqvist, Matched by Ali Condi, which I also started reading. I read about 100 pages before stopping, so I'm gonna try reading it again. Hopefully I get through it this time. This is a Swedish science fiction trilogy by Lotta Olivecrona. I don't think it's available in English, but I'm gonna show them anyway. The first part is The Forgotten Rooms. The second part is The Secret of the Towers. And the third part is The Gate of Eternity. The Sandman by Lars Kepler. The Lord of the Rings trilogy by J.R. Tolkien. Yeah, I haven't read it yet, sorry. Metro 2033 by Dmitry Glukovsky. Sorry for butchering your name. The Female Detective by Andrew Forster. Bones Are Forever by Kathy Reichs. Les Miserables by Victor Hugo. Pillars of the Earth by Ken Follett. Simon and the Oaks by Marianne Fredriksson. I'm not sure if this exists in English. I think it does, but I'm not sure. The Circle by Mats Strandberg and Sara Bergmark Elfgren. I know this exists in English as well. And the sequel Fire. Crime and Punishment by Fyodor Dostoevsky. Catch-22 by Joseph Heller. Christianity for Atheists by Olle Carlsson. I'm fairly sure that this doesn't have an English release. To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. A bind-up of two novels. The Horseman's Son by Dolores Fossen and Going to Extremes. Yeah, Going to Extremes by Amanda Stevens. Sense and Sensibility by Jane Austen. Duma Key by Stephen King. Harbor by John Ajvide Lindqvist, which in Swedish is called People Harbor instead of just Harbor. But yeah, I guess it doesn't really translate that well, so... The Fifth Season by Måns Kallentoft. I don't think this has an English release. The End of the Wasp Season by Denise Mina. The Lost Symbol by Dan Brown. The Shadow of the Wind by Carlos Ruiz Zafón. Night Train to Lisbon by Pascal Mercier. I've started reading this twice. I haven't gotten very far either of those two times, but I'm still hoping that I will read it someday, sometime. The Night Bear by Lars Kepler. In Swedish it's called The Paganini Contract, but yeah, well, The Nightmare, it's kind of the same thing. The first part of 1Q84 by Haruki Murakami. It can also be called 1984, but we're just gonna say 1Q84 for simplicity's sake. The Lost Boy by Camilla Läckberg. In Swedish it's called The Lighthouse Keeper. Marley and Me by John Grogan. What Came Before You Shot Her by Elizabeth George, which I bought ages ago and I'm not sure I'll ever read, but let's hope. The Harsh Cry of the Heron by Leon Hearn, the fourth book in the Tales of a Tory series. Winter Apples by Josephine Sundström. I'm pretty sure this doesn't have an English release. And we're down to the last pile! Atlas Shrugged by Ayn Rand. Mansfield Park by Jane Austen. A Feast for Crows by George R. R. Martin. A Dance with Dragons by George R. R. Martin. Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte. Look at this edition. Look at it. The Mistborn Trilogy by Brandon Sanderson, where the first book is The Final Empire, the second one is The Hero of Ages, and the third one is The Well of Ascension. Othello by William Shakespeare. And last of all, The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss. So, in total that's 57 books, if I haven't miscounted. That's a lot of books. and I've got more on the way. So, better get to reading then. Bye! Look at how pathetic my bookshelf looks when I've taken out all the books that I've read. Look, that shelf is just completely empty. And it's just... look at how pathetic it is.